got George Tsilis joining me from Salt Lake. Let's talk some semiconductors first. George, good start for the semis this morning. ARM is bouncing back. Taiwan Semi gave us some good revenues, and it seems like the market's pretty optimistic on that sector this morning.
Yeah, Taiwan Semiconductor, this is the largest global manufacturer of semiconductors out there, and it's really the pulse of the entire industry space. And a nice move today, higher by 4% right now, and they did post some reports in terms of their sales growth for April month, about 60% higher year over year, and this is coming off the earnings report coming in April, where they reported sluggishness coming up in 2024 with about 10% growth. So overall, a nice print for Taiwan Semiconductor today in terms of the guidance and the pulse that they have on the semiconductor space overall. And I think there's a couple of catalysts out there, because if you look at inventories, which were relatively robust, and this is some of the concerns they projected in 2024, particularly in the smartphone market, but overall, there's been sluggishness also in the automotive space as well. So this is a good sign, I think, because TSM did lead a lot of the other names to the downside when they reported earnings, but it was also part and parcel of the overall correction we had in April.
So to see Taiwan Semi get back to one-year highs here, breakouts are very encouraging after a high momentum rally like we got in the first quarter. Yesterday, we got Amazon to a high, obviously a different sector, but a company that's spending on AI, and Taiwan Semi helping make these chips and design for the big AI leaders. If that makes a new high, it starts to really look up here for the broad market.
Absolutely. I think if you look at this company and all of the ancillary products they serve in terms of the marketplace, all the companies they supply their products to, for instance, Apple and NVIDIA, Broadcom, these are all the majors out there globally speaking. So I think this is an important company as a barometer of the overall health of the semiconductor space. And today's price action is subject to, perhaps a good pickup in the markets after a relatively stagnant week.
So when you see sales up 60% because of this, this also kind of makes you wonder what potential for surprises there might be out there in some of the non-NVIDIA semiconductors. This, I think, is a really important report, because we were wondering yesterday if ARM was going to reinvigorate the AI momentum trade. It didn't. This is the type of information that it might be able to, though.
Well, I think, there's still some valuation concerns. Looking at ARM itself, and we talked about this one, is a little bit rich in terms of valuation. So we're still seeing some compression across the areas of the semiconductor, and in the case of ARM, licensed technology space, where there's a little bit rich multiples. And it's not the case here for Taiwan Semiconductor, because they are trading at rich valuations, and they do have, like I said, a good barometer in terms of demand and output for the entire space. And I think the mobile markets, which have actually been relatively weak, is indicative in Apple's stock over the past year or so. Might show some pickup in the second half of the year. I think Apple's product launches, recent ones, including their iPad, may create some catalyst for TSM and Apple. But I think the mobile and the mobile application space has been relatively weak, and like I said, it may demonstrate some pickup. I think automotive also might demonstrate some pickup as well. You have to think about the entire automotive space, excluding Tesla, which is still relatively robust.
Okay. All right. Tesla, by the way, is kind of struggling to stay afloat this morning. Turned around there, red. Thanks, GT. Appreciate the look here at the semiconductors. Nice little start here. Even Intel positive on the day.